Hello, my name's Dylan, and this is Danny, and this is Realistic Intentionality Reads Reddit, Halloween edition.
Happy Halloween.
Realistic Intentionality Reads Reddit.
So, Dylan, tell me, how do you feel about Halloween?
I like Halloween. I guess maybe I went through a few years where I might have didn't like it as much just 'cause going through like parts of my life where like fear was prevalent. But as a kid, I really enjoyed Halloween, and now as an adult, I am getting back into like really loving Halloween and like the season and the coming winter and all that good stuff.
How did you feel about our haunted hike we went on the other day?
That was awesome. Yeah, we took River and we went with some friends, and yeah, we thought about getting a babysitter for River, but I'm glad we didn't because yeah,
He
really
handled it, yeah.
he handled that.
He
Yeah.
was good. He said he liked it. He was like, "That's the best day of my life."
I know, that was surprising because he
Yeah.
didn't even want to go.
Yeah, it wasn't like real ghosts. It was definitely just like teenagers dressed up in like costumes.
But it was a hike. It was a haunted hike,
Yeah,
which
so
was
that was cool.
that was super cool. Yeah,
All
yeah.
right, so I know that you kind of wanted to do spooky stories, but I think we could do a whole episode about maybe paranormal stuff.
True, true.
And honestly, it's like they're always statements, not really questions, and we're here for unsolicited advice. So, um, I
Whoa,
found some about Halloween that
who
I
would do
thought we
that?
could, right?
Who would do that? Who
Well,
would
it's
give
like
us the permission to
it's
give
like partially
unsolicited?
solicited because they posted on the internet asking
Yeah,
for advice,
right, right.
but it's not solicited to make videos about it and
Hey,
exploit it. But that's
whatevs.
what we do here, at least for this show.
Let's do it. What do we got?
All right, so naturally, a lot of "Am I the Assholes?"
I just want to preface this with the fact that I am super burnt out right now. I put my underwear on backwards and my shirt on backwards when I take a shower.
Yeah, I'm super exhausted too. This is my second podcast today, so
Yep. So if I drift off into space at any point or, yeah, say nonsense and get delirious, I'm sorry.
the first was posted in "Am I the Asshole?" Am I the asshole for ruining thousands of kids' Halloween and not feeling bad about it?
Probably.
I live in a large neighborhood, about 90 houses. We are what's considered the rich neighborhood, so our neighborhood has always been a hotspot for trick or treaters. We used to get around 700 to 1,000 kids a year. I've always loved gay trick or treaters because my kids are teens now and don't trick or treat anymore. But in the last 4 years, it's gotten ridiculous. There's thousands of kids and their parents flooding the streets, people with hay in their rigs, carrying kids around, trampling yards, littering candy wrappers everywhere, and the small children walking around by themselves is appalling. People from the neighboring town of 30,000 people take their kids to my neighborhood. I was annoyed, but I never really did anything about it till 2 years ago. My daughter tripped and broke her arm. We didn't think it was a break, but we wanted to go to the ER anyway to get it checked out. And there were so many people in the neighborhood, we couldn't get out. There were cars everywhere, lining the streets, parked in people's yards. It was horrible. We had to wait until everyone left around 1 a.m. to go to the hospital. My daughter had to wait in pain for hours. At that point, I was done. I contacted the neighborhood community and we managed to get some folks, cops mostly, to stand at the gate with a list and only let in certain people. Folks that lived there, family members, friends. If you wanted to get in, you had to be close to someone in the neighborhood. It was great, and there were only about 300 kids in the neighborhood, and after there was barely any trash. And we're doing it again this year. I recently told my sister what I've done, and she got really angry. When we were kids, we had to trick or treat in other neighborhoods because we lived in a trailer park with no other kids. She told me I was a horrible person for ruining thousands of kids' Halloween. But honestly, I'm not too broken up about it. It was a hazard. If there's a fire or an emergency, no one would be able to get in to help. When I was a kid, there was never any cars lining the streets. The residences could get out if they wanted, and it was never dangerous. I don't think I'm in the wrong, but I've always respected my sister's opinion. Am I the asshole? Info. There was no one in cars. They were parked in the middle of the road in yards, so there was no way me or an ambulance could get through unless every driver in that neighborhood at the same time went to their cars and drove out. My daughter was 13 and in that awkward phase where she doesn't want to bother anyone for help and said it didn't hurt that bad.
Hmm. Huh. I knew that was coming. I almost paused you in the middle of it and guessed that. Or I was gonna guess going to the HOA and getting the HOA to like ban trick or treating in the neighborhood. Huh. Yeah, it's kind of cunty. It's kind of Karen-y.
Kind of
But
cunty. Am I an
also
asshole?
like
No, just a cunt.
I mean, I kind of don't blame her also though. Like if it really is dangerous. But yeah, pretty much cunty.
Yeah, it's hard to say because when it does come to like hindering safety, that is like the assholes. It's almost like everyone sucks. Everyone's an asshole because it's like the people that are coming to the neighborhood. Okay, like I don't necessarily think there's anything wrong with that.
I mean, we are
Right.
guilty of that.
But it's a matter of like if you're parking in someone's yard or parking in front of someone's driveway or you see that there's like way too many people, then that is kind of an issue. Like there's been so many times even like at scouts where I'm like, you sure you want to park here? We should park further back so like everyone else has space. Like I'm very
Yeah.
conscientious. When everyone sucks, do you have to be a Karen to like keep people safe? It's like do you have to like do kind of a dick move to like keep people safe and also make sure like because that is a bummer and it's like you can't guarantee that people are going to be okay and like be proper. And the thing is like when we go to music festivals, right? People always litter and make it so gross. But that event knows that. They're making a profit. They're turning a
Right.
profit
There's
for
people
hosting
being
the event.
right. There's people being paid to clean
Think
the stuff up at
right. Think
least.
about the neighbors that like don't celebrate Halloween or like don't particularly care, and then their yard gets like trenches from people parking in the wet like mud or like there's litter all over. It's like they're not consenting to that sheer amount of like like
Yeah.
thousands and thousands and thousands of people parking. And if now I am a little skeptical on whether she truly couldn't get out of the neighborhood. Like,
Yeah, right, exactly. Because it kind of sounded like she said that was it her daughter or whoever it was, didn't act like played it off as if it wasn't as bad. I'm sure an ambulance could have got there if they truly tried,
right.
or I'm sure they could have gotten out.
Yeah, or like found someone to give them a ride.
It might have would have been a hassle, took a little bit longer, but I'm sure they could have gotten through.
Like I am kind of calling like bullshit a little bit on like OP just for like the unreliable narration because I'm just like, dude, if River broke his arm or like even like was hurt, I would not have been waiting till 1 a.m. I
Right,
would have been fucking like honking at
right.
people. I would
Get a
have
group together and get them to
called
like guide,
Uber
right,
outside the
something.
gate, like
Walk outside the neighborhood to
right.
meet the ambulance, something.
So
Come
I
on.
kind of think like everyone sucks personally, like but ultimately if it's like a democratic vote, like if most of the neighbors agreed like yeah, that's getting ridiculous, then it's not the
Right.
asshole, that's everyone protecting their peace
Right,
and their
right.
sanity and their property.
Right. Yeah. If it's almost it would be better if it was through the HOA and it was done democratically. Than just one person choosing that for everyone.
And it's like who's
Because
bitching?
that could have like been a bummer for people that lived in the neighborhood who enjoyed that.
Yeah, or like the
Or people who profited off of like having a haunted house in their garage or something like that. Like they could have screwed more than just the kids on that. You know.
yeah, but then there's other kids. It's like think about now the neighborhood kids get more candy. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
so it's like win or lose regardless, and it's like kind of like a small scale politics of like, okay, what needs to be done,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
I don't think it was as serious as what her sister made it out to be, but also a little cunty.
Yeah, like her sister can just fuck up right off because it's like her sister doesn't even live in the neighborhood. It's like who cares? Who cares? Like everyone, I think that's my thing is everyone sucks, but the vote was not the asshole. Not the asshole.
Okay.
People still need to behave. Kids can have fun. Parents just have to actually parent them because someone else is watching. What if instead of a broken arm, your daughter or anyone else had a heart attack, a stroke, or an allergic reaction, or any number of time contingent medical emergency? Halloween in your neighborhood had become a health and safety hazard. You did the right thing to mitigate the danger, not the asshole. The parents want to come to a nice area so their kids can get better stuff, but they destroy the area while they do it. It's disgusting, not the asshole. Your neighborhood is not set up for a carnival. If the number of people and vehicles obstruct essential services, then that's beyond ridiculous. And let's not forget the plague at the moment. Crowds like that should be banned at this time. This was during COVID.
Hmm.
Plague.
Plague.
It's like 5 years later, post COVID, it's like people seem so dramatic.
Or not. Either or. One of the two.
Yeah, so a lot of not the assholes. Isn't the whole point of gated neighborhoods that people who aren't in any way close to someone won't get in? And then OP wrote, "We actually don't have a gate anymore after someone crashed into it and never got replaced."
Well, it can't be that rich of a neighborhood then.
Yeah, someone was like, "Why was it never replaced?" Kind of feels like that violates a bunch of rules. Yeah, so, everyone pretty much agreed, like, not the asshole. But then one person wrote, "Very soft, you're the asshole. Let me explain. I come from a rich neighborhood too, and I see a bunch of kids coming into it during Halloween as well. A lot of kids have very limited opportunities, so for them to be experiencing Halloween seems like a privilege. The parked cars were definitely a hazard, but I'm sure there would have been better ways to deal with it. Instead of completely locking all those children out of your neighborhood, such as stricter parking rules, not allowing cars to block entrances, etc. At its core, it's just a bunch of kids who want to have fun, and they want to experience going around in costumes and getting candy with their friends. The bad parking is really a fault of their parents or whoever was driving. It just seems like a bit of an overkill to punish these children for their incompetent parents." So, yeah, one person said, like, yeah, I like that. Because I kind of think everyone sucks. Why couldn't the city just post and enforce no parking signs? People can still come if they really want and find other parking or carpool with something closer. It isn't a city, it's a small town of barely 5,000 people. It's so small my kids had to go to another town for middle school. The town is also very, very broke. They came and paved the 200-year-old roads that were meant for carriages. So she lives in a small town and she's in the only good neighborhood in it. Yeah, I mean... Probably, as much as, you probably could have done, like, parking enforcement, the reality is, if they really were the only good spot to trick or treat...
The rich getting the peasants out.
Well, yes. And I get that, Robin Hood, I do. But it's also just, like, that is kind of a safety concern. Imagine, all of the town congregating in one little... like suburb supposed to be gated community. Like, that is kind of a lot. And if anything, it was 5 years ago. I hope they have figured out more public, like, trunk or treats and, like, other things and figure it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, final thoughts. Yeah, everyone sucks, but I wouldn't say you're an asshole. And if it were my community and it was that small of a town and, like, that much of an issue, I probably would also be kind of weirded out by it, but then, like, be a good person and maybe try to, like, orchestrate some other events for kids. Like, if you really do, like, feel bad that the kids don't have an opportunity, like, no, if your sister... Okay? If your sister really feels bad about these kids being underprivileged and not being able to trick or treat in your swanky ass neighborhood, okay, tell your sister to get off her butt and to organize her own Halloween event for these underprivileged kids, because it should not be you or your neighbor's problem that, unfortunately, these injustices and poverty like gaps exist. And you know what? Tell your sister to go help the kids herself.
There we go.
Mic drop.
There we go.
Yeah.
Found the solution. Moving on.
You're good. Your sister, though, she needs to step up her game. She needs to put her money where her mouth is.
She don't live in that neighborhood. You ready for the next one? I'm ready.
This was posted in r-advice. How do I tell my girlfriend, 21 female, that I, 21 male, am uncomfortable with her Halloween costume? I just want to start this off by saying I'm not that guy who forces his girlfriend to change into approved clothes. She has always and will always be able to wear whatever she wants. I cannot change that. However, her Halloween costume and plans make me very uncomfortable. For Halloween, my girlfriend is going as a Victoria's Secret model, so an underwear model. Her costume will consist of lingerie and angel wings. She is then going to a bar to celebrate. I'm not invited and still have yet to be invited. I don't know why, but this makes me extremely uncomfortable. I tried to bring it up casually that I would be uncomfortable with her doing this. I said, I don't know how I feel about you going into a bar in that outfit when you sit. It will just be your skin on the seat. She argued back at me, talking about body confidence, sexualization of Halloween costumes, and how it's the one night a year she won't be judged for dressing slutty. Her words, not mine. How do I properly communicate that I'm uncomfortable with this? We've been dating for 5 years and have never had an issue with communicating. How do I properly communicate my discomfort with this? Or would it be better for me to let it go? Too long, didn't read. Girlfriend wants to go to a bar on Halloween in lingerie. How do I properly communicate that I'm uncomfortable with it?
I guarantee you there's like a comment in there that says, "See you in the gym Monday, bro."
Why? Is that a
Uh,
meme?
it's just a common comment when someone posts something that's like, never mind.
What?
Like if someone posts something where it's like very obvious where the person's probably gonna like cheat on them or something, then they'll make a comment. That'll
You
be a
think it's
comment
obvious?
where it's like, you'll be single next week. See you in the gym because you're gonna have a broken heart. So we'll see you in the gym
You think
Monday.
that means she's obviously gonna cheat
I
on him?
don't think it obviously means that. I'll tell you, there was a red flag and it was not invited. And I have personal experience with a very, very similar situation. And uh, my story doesn't end well. And I likely was in the gym the following Monday. So that's kind of why I thought about that comment.
Oh, boo, boo, boo.
But
Oh,
I mean,
Will
and I only say that
Dill.
too because they're 21 and he's not invited. Like, why isn't he invited? It's a bar. First off, do you have to be invited to a bar? Well, I mean, I guess maybe you don't want to go if you're
Maybe she's like
specifically
going
not
with her
invited.
friends, you know?
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, you just gotta, I mean, in that situation, you just gotta trust and let go and, you know.
Here is some context for you. Originally, I think it was supposed to be a ladies' night, but I know one of the girls' boyfriends is going, so hopefully it won't be a big deal if I tag along as well.
Hmm.
So it was supposed to be a ladies' night. That was now verging on maybe being more than that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's, what was he wanting advice on, like, if he
How
should
to
even mention how to communicate
yeah,
it?
yeah, like if he should, and like how to
Um,
better communicate that.
I mean, you can be transparent and say that, I'm not trying to control what you do. I'm just letting you know I feel a bit uncomfortable in such a situation. I'm just voicing that so you know where I'm at, and like you can communicate something without being
Okay,
controlling.
so let's like do a hypothetical here. So maybe not like Halloween, but let's say like festivals, right? Raves and festivals and stuff. Because like Halloween, there's tons of girls that wear lingerie and stuff for Halloween, and that is a thing. So it's like that is normalized, just like in like raves and festivals, girls
Right.
wearing skimpy
And
outfits is
right.
normalized.
And there's certain circumstances where like uh a girl dressing slutty isn't as bad as another circumstance as like being slutty. Like there's different vibes for different places and
Right.
different like
Would you
ordeals, you
feel
know.
uncomfortable with me going to a rave with some friends, mostly a ladies' night rave, but let's say you found out one guy's invited, but not sure if they're whatever. Would you be uncomfortable with me going dressed in like skimpy rave outfit
Would I be
without you?
uncomfortable? Of course, yes. I'd be
Okay.
uncomfortable.
Do you think it would be something that you would need to communicate or need to work on internally? Like to me,
I would say both. I mean, I can
well,
yeah, both.
to me, communicate is like, are you really trying to communicate or are you trying to stop her?
Well, that's the question.
Or
That's why I was wondering what he was asking exactly.
right. I'm assuming, I mean, it sounds like he's why would he just want to communicate about it? Like,
I mean,
it seems like he kind of just
I've communicated things to you before and not tried to like stop you or change what you were doing about a situation, and I did so in a way to like communicate where I was at, and what it didn't result in changing. It just resulted in a conversation that may have put my mind at ease or something. Like
Right, but it did
that's
sound
doable.
like he already communicated because he's like, I don't
That's why
know
I
how
was
I feel
wondering what.
about you going to a bar in an outfit when you sit and it'll just be
Yeah.
skin on your seat. Now, he didn't actually say the words that is very obvious. He's insecure about men looking at his girlfriend's
Right, he
lingerie.
voiced it in a way as if he's like
Like
more afraid with his sanitation
sanitation.
way. Right,
Yeah,
right.
the hygiene.
Okay, that was not necessarily the right way to voice it.
Right. But then she did go back and argued about body confidence, sexualization. So she didn't even argue about like sanitation. She very much read through that and acknowledged the fact that like it's her one time that
In like I was saying about there being like certain circumstances like what you would wear to a rave if that was like a that like I'm less I'm less uncomfortable with it being at a rave than like a random Tuesday. But in this circumstance, it's Halloween, so it does kind of like move the scale a little bit to the more acceptable timing and situation.
also okay, let's get to brass.
Do you or do you not trust her is the big thing, and like how strong is the relationship, and like
Well, also like okay,
that has a lot to do with it too.
what's making you uncomfortable? The fact she wants to wear this outfit, the fact she would be wearing that outfit and you feel like it should only be you that sees it? Or is it like you thinking people are just going to be googly eyed at her the whole time or like looking at like
Right.
what
Or are you afraid of somebody doing
like
like
grab
doing right,
assing
right.
or like yeah, or are you like concerned that like she's gonna get so much attention that she is just gonna like fall into bed with someone? Like first off, it's like what are you actually uncomfortable with? Like what element of it are you uncomfortable with?
Yeah, right. And this is definitely like a thing that like as a guy or a girl who may find themselves insecure in certain circumstances, which I have plenty of experience with myself, is a lot of the things that you kind of internalize, I guess, as like a way of growing through it and just growing as a person is like, yeah, you do analyze like what exactly it is.
Right.
Uh,
Because there's no point
yeah.
in communicating if first off you already tried to communicate once in some bullshit personal hygiene type way and she saw right through it. She
Right,
she
right.
she gave you a whole lecture about sexualization and like Halloween and stuff. So it's like she already saw through it. You already ineffectively communicated. So it's like you need to figure out what exactly you're uncomfortable with and you need to figure out if that's her burden to bear. Like if you are genuinely concerned that she might get grab assed or like touched or harassed at a bar where people will be drinking, then yes, then it might be worth telling her like, hey, I'm just worried that because you're gonna be showing like guys are gonna be purposely like putting their hands somewhere when they're moving back. Whatever. I think that's a valid concern because that is her burden to bear. That's her autonomy and her safety for the rest of the evening. But if you're just uncomfortable with the fact people are going to be seeing her, then that's like you got to just deal with that. You can't control a woman being perceived. And it's like, yeah, if she wants to be perceived as a Victoria's Secret angel, okay, that's what she wants to be perceived as. And yes, they are attractive people that people literally pay thousands of dollars to see live at their fashion shows. Like that is something that is captivating and beautiful, but that's what she wants to be for the night. So she wants to have that result. Just like if someone wants to be really freaking scary and they get a mask and a bunch of fake blood, it's because they want to be perceived as something scary. Halloween is when we can be perceived as anything we want to because we can do costumes. People want to be perceived as an elf, they can do that. People want to be perceived as Captain America, they can do that. You cannot be angry at someone for wanting to be perceived as something on the one day we have a year to be whatever we want. And so it's like figuring out where that discomfort is coming from and whether that is something that she should know and should consider, such as something about safety or sanitation, whatever, or if it is just an insecurity. It's like, then is it worth bringing up? And like, also, You know, he just says she wants to be a Victoria's Secret model, underwear, like an underwear, which will be lingerie and angel wings. Okay? There's lingerie that isn't too skimpy. Like, they have, like, corset ones that, and then, like, little, like, almost like mini skirt, kind of like baby doll ones. They
I'm
have,
assuming by the post the outfit was already picked out.
yeah, but it doesn't specify. So what
Hmm.
I'm saying is also, it's just like, it could also be something like not even that bad. Like even if it is like a bra and panties and wings, it's like that's equivalent to a swimsuit and
Hmm.
people go to the beach. Now I know it's different than a bar, but still it's like, you know, it, I can't. And you, like, again, at festivals, it's like people wear that kind of stuff to festivals too. It's like there is that whole thing where it's like, is that really just so horrible for a woman to be wearing a bikini, basically? You know what I mean? So that's my general thoughts on it. It's just like, I think he needs to figure out where his discomfort actually is and whether he should even communicate it. Honestly, I feel like if anything, he's more just uncomfortable with the fact he's not invited. And
Right, right.
that's a valid thing to bring up because that's a relationship thing. That's like a, hey, I know it was a ladies' night, which I was fine with not being
Right. It's the
invited.
combination of the two that makes me totally understand why he would be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like, not one or the other, but the combination of the two, to be honest. But, yeah. And they're 21, so, like, I don't know.
He said they've been together for 5 years.
5 years. Hmm.
So also, who knows? Maybe she's
It's a
just,
test. I mean, it's definitely, it's definitely like a challenge in their relationship, and whether or not they make it through, or, you know, they'll grow from it and learn from it, each as an individual and as a couple, and they'll either make it or they won't. And, you know, part of life, part of experience.
the comments say, just you should just tell her how you feel and see if she takes it into consideration and maybe change her outfit. From my point of view, she knows what she's doing and what attention it will bring at a bar. Right, and that's kind of what I was saying. It's like on Halloween, you're gonna be what you want to be. She wants to be a Victoria's Secret model, okay? She wants to be a model. She wants to feel attractive and beautiful and fancy. So it's like, yes, she knows what she's doing, but is that a bad thing? You already told her you're uncomfortable, and she told you that she is still going to. There's one day per year she can shine in her full confidence without being majorly judged. I think this might be the single case where you have to let it go. Why not directly ask if you can go with her? And then he's like, I appreciate that. I'll try that. If another boyfriend, and then another commenter wrote, if another boyfriend is going, it might be okay for you to go as well. Maybe a costume that sort of complements hers. Like hit up a spirit Halloween and find a devil costume or something to turn it into a little
Be Magic
couple's
Mike.
costume.
That's what I would do. I would be Magic Mike for Halloween.
There you go.
That would be
There
my
you
solution.
go, babe.
I would be Magic
There it
Mike,
is.
and I would probably wear some of those pants that have like the buttons down the bottoms. You know.
Rip them off. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That would be my solution.
The issue is yours, not hers. You said yourself you don't know why this makes you uncomfortable. I would at least figure that out first. Because if you have no reason to not trust her, then you have other reasons for being uncomfortable, in which you owe it to her to at least figure it out why you feel this way before you bring it up. All that being said, don't be surprised if it leads to a fight. She has every right to wear what she pleases, period. And so he wrote, after 5 years of dating, I'm not worried about her cheating. However, I do believe I feel weird about it because she never dresses that way around me. I know it's Halloween, but to me it feels weird wearing something more revealing than she would ever wear around me. And then they wrote, then ask her to. Dude, I guarantee if you said to her, damn girl, you should pretend it's Halloween at home more often, she would. And it sounds like that's what's bothering you, that she doesn't dress like that for you. So just tell her that. Yeah, she might think that you don't like that, you know? And like there's so many, they've been together since they were teenagers, and there's so many, like when you're teenagers, it's like, "Oh, I just love you when you're wearing a t-shirt and some granny panties." Like people say that, but it's like, dude, if she wants to look like a Victoria's Secret model on Halloween, She probably wants to look like that more often. So just ask her. I can't believe your girlfriend quoted Mean Girls to you as a reason.
Wait. I missed that. I must have missed that. What was it?
It's basically the well, Halloween costumes, and it's a one night a year where you can't be judged for being slutty because like there was that Halloween
Oh, I
one.
didn't even realize that was a quote.
Well, it wasn't a direct quote, but it was basically
Same,
yeah,
yeah.
same but different.
Yeah.
Are you worried about her cheating? If not, there's no way to come across as jealous. To not come across as jealous. No, not really. I know she's definitely wearing lingerie for attention, but I don't think she's trying to cheat on me. I know I've worn some really skimpy outfits in Halloween past. One year, my husband, my boyfriend at the time, offered to drive us home from the club. He's not a club guy, but he said, I love that you're mine because half, if not more than half of those guys all want you. Confidence is more attractive than jealousy. So it's like lean into it. Be like, I know everyone in this bar wants you, and I feel so lucky. Like, I feel so great. But he admitted that he really just feels jealous that she's wearing that for everyone, but he doesn't feel like she dresses up enough at home for him. So,
Yeah.
which is actually kind of the weirdest. That's like a weird take, but whatever. Op.
I mean, that's better than like the fear and worrying about her cheating on him. Like that, I would say his reasoning is probably, yeah,
I don't know, but yeah, just
not a better or worse reason, but like
don't
I would be
shame
more
her.
uncomfortable.
Tell her
Yeah.
you want her to wear that all the time at home. Tell her you want her to cook in it. Be like, whatever. Empower her to wear that all the time. And guess what? She's not going to do it for Halloween again if you force her to wear it every day in the house.
There you go.
Problem solved.
Double solution.
This was posted in r-am I the asshole? Am I the asshole if I don't take down my Halloween decorations? I'm one of those people who love Halloween. I moved into this house 3 years ago. With work schedules, I haven't been able to spend too much time on Halloween or decorations since I've moved here, but I gave out a full-size candy bars each year. I got 30 kids and live on a 2-block street. This year, I bought one of those 12-foot skeletons. I put it out on the 4th of October. It's expensive and I wanted my money's worth. Here's the problem. I received a note from a neighbor that asked me to take down my decorations, the skeleton and the purple lights in my windows. The note said that Halloween is the devil's holiday and they don't want to see my attempts to summon the devil. The note was anonymous. 2 summers ago, I received religious flyers in my mailbox after I put a small pride flag in my hanging flower basket. I don't know who it is. The woman directly across from me is super nice and compliments me on the work I do on the outside of my house, but honestly, she's a top suspect because she keeps the Keep Christ in Christmas signs every winter. Other than that, no one else stands out. Am I the asshole for keeping my decorations up, even if it offends someone else's beliefs?
No, dude, that is so funny though. That would be like fun to do and like not mean it.
What?
Like leave those notes for people
Oh,
summoning the devil.
yeah, like
Not gonna put up with
ironic,
this.
like meme ones, like
Like pretend to be like a hardcore religious person and go
maybe
leave
that's
notes.
what happened here.
Right,
Maybe,
that-
maybe
it
she
almost
was
se-
just joking.
Right, it almost seems like it's got to be.
No, dude, there's actually people like this. My thing is, when I saved this story, I thought for sure it was going to be like she just didn't want to take her Halloween decorations down
Like all
ever
year.
because people do leave those
Now, that-
skeletons.
then you would be an asshole.
You don't like that?
No. Leave decoration like seasonal or holiday specific decorations up outside of the like specific times in which you should have them
There's
up
people
for.
down the street that have their skeletons out. It has the 2 and then the little one and the dog skeleton.
Well,
and they
yeah,
did
but
a
I mean,
little
if you do
skeleton
it right, I
family.
mean, if you're creative with it and do it right,
But then
and
there's
it's
the
like
person
funny.
down there that has the Santa that's been out all year.
See, even a Santa, like if you do it in a funny
Even-
way, like
What?
there's certain things, but
Pick
like
a side. Are you with it or not?
yeah, I don't know. Now you say that. If it looks tacky, you're an asshole. If it's cute and funny, then good on you. That's my answer. That's my final
Dill seal
answer.
of approval.
Right.
It's like everyone submit their
Right.
photos to Dylan. He'll tell you if it's tacky
Right.
or cute. Yeah, no. I mean, if it's the Halloween season, she needs to get over it because Halloween's everywhere. Dude, you go into Walmart and they have a skeleton over the lemons. Like, there's decorations everywhere. As long as it's still Halloween, I don't think you're doing anything wrong. Um, that being said, if you do really want to be considerate of, like, I don't know, your neighbor,
No,
like,
don't be considerate of
the purple
someone
lights are wild.
like it's a holiday and it's decorations. Like their problem with something outside of their owned space, like their little space in which they own and can like tell people what to do on, then no, fuck them. You
Oh,
don't need to be.
I was
No,
I
no,
was just thinking
don't even
that, like,
consider them at all.
you know, in The Exorcist when they have like the cross and the
Okay,
Bible and they're like
the power
the
of
Christ
Christ compels
compels
you.
you. The power.
Yeah, yeah.
I was thinking like you could just put the skeleton's arm up with like a cross,
Well, there
and
you
then
go.
like,
There, yeah, yeah. I
okay,
like
see,
that too. I like
yeah,
that too. Yeah,
see,
yeah, yeah.
see,
Yeah.
it was a worthwhile
Yeah, yeah,
thought.
yeah. That was good. That was good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, I don't know.
Like show like a Jesus like um what's it called when you take a demon out of somebody? Yeah,
Exorcism.
exercise. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Like Christ exorcising a demon out of like
That
something.
that might be a bit much.
Yeah.
That might
But
be
it would be on point for the decoration Halloween and then yeah.
that might be
But I mean don't yeah, fuck them. Who cares what they think? But if you wanted to, yeah, sure.
Yeah, like if you really wanted to be considerate, I think you could like make something work. People were like, keep it up all year, dress it up for each holiday. You know, they're being bitter. I'd put up a sign saying summoning the great pumpkin, not Satan. But
Hmm.
I'm a cranky old woman and could get away with shit like that. But that's like true. You know, it's like you can put a sign and make it nice. Not the asshole, it's your property. And if you like them, keep them up. Other people's beliefs should not factor it in. People these days get offended over every little thing.
Yeah.
Ooh, you should get a 12-foot animatronic demon to go with it for your skeleton. If I was rich, I'd send you money for it. Sorry, but someone's religious beliefs can guide their behavior. It's not okay to use it to control others. Oh, here you go. Buy a 12-foot Jesus and put him in a compromising position with the skeleton. Never mind. Never mind.
That's something you would do.
What?
But
No, I wouldn't.
no, you just make a joke about it. You
Yeah,
just make a joke about
that was
it.
my comment. I wrote that.
Really?
Yeah, so.
Did you really?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was not the asshole. Everyone's like, you can do whatever you want. My thing is, like, if it's within Halloween, you're fine. If it does, I do typically agree. Where, like, not a big fan of when people keep decorations up year round. Now, I will.
That wasn't the subject that mattered, though, was it?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
But so as long as she doesn't do that, I think she's fine. And even so, like, people can do whatever they want with their house. Like, as I mentioned, we have neighbors that have skeletons out year round, and, like, you know, there's so many goth and alt and emo, elder emo people now where it's like the people do have the Halloween decor year round, just for the gothicness of it. And I feel like Halloween gets away with it. Definitely like Christmas decor year round or like Easter decor left out does like get to me so bad. Like I'm just like, ugh. Like I don't want to see Santa in the middle of summer. And like that does really bother me. And I do. Maybe I'm biased, but I think like Halloween decor does like get a pass. Like when I see someone with the giant skeletons, because people do keep them out year round.
Hmm.
I don't necessarily like think, oh, gross. I'm just also like neutral about it.
Like I said, it really depends on how it looks. Like,
Yeah,
it, does it look cool or not? You know?
yeah. It's just like, yeah, I don't know. But my advice is, yeah, if you want to be considerate, I don't know, just make sure you take it down day after Halloween, and if you want, make it hold a cross, make it do something. I don't know, but do it. Have it praying. Set it up to be praying, like the Nephilim. Tell her no. Write a note and say it's a Nephilim, the giants from the Bible. I know things now. All right. Any final thoughts on that?
Fuck them.
Fuck them. All right. This was posted in Best of Redditor Updates. Am I the asshole for telling my boyfriend he shouldn't take his girl best friend for a couple's costume for Halloween?
Okay, read that one more time.
Am I the asshole for telling my boyfriend he shouldn't take his girl best friend for a couple's costume for Halloween? I think they typoed. But basically, her is she an asshole for telling her boyfriend that he shouldn't have a couple's costume with his girl best friend?
Are they all three going together? Is he going to something Halloween without her? Why don't they have
Let's
plans
dive
together?
into
Oh,
it.
there's more to it. Okay, I
Right.
thought that was the whole thing. Okay, those are my
That was the
questions. Like,
title.
yeah, okay, yeah.
It's a best Redder update, but it's literally nothing. Okay.
Okay, sorry.
I don't know. I think I may be wrong. My boyfriend, 26 male, and I, 23 female, have been together for 8 months. He's very kind to me and has never raised or his voice or lost his temper with me. I was introduced to his friends very early in our relationship, and I get along with them just fine. He and his friends have been friends from nursery days, and they are all very nice to me. He has his friend Vivian, fake name, who, along with the two other friends, plan for Halloween every year months in advance. I've never doubted any foul play about them, and I have never wanted to be the jealous new girlfriend who ruins friendships. The problem is, my boyfriend works in a firm where they apparently throw Halloween parties. He goes with one of his friends every year, and this year was Vivian's turn to go with him because last year he went with his friend Tom. Plus, he and Viv have a thing about scary costumes and horror, and they share the same love for Halloween. The thing is, I love Halloween too. My boyfriend knows that, and we share the common interest. Granted, I can't just claim a common interest, but he didn't even ask me once if I wanted to go with him. Since he and Viv started planning 2 months ago, we were dating then, and he never mentioned it to me. It's just that I thought he could have at least asked me. He mentioned me 2 days ago that he and Viv had their couple's Halloween costume ready and asked if I wanted to see them. I did not feel as positive about it as I should have, and I guess it showed on my face because he asked me what was wrong, and I asked him why he never even asked to go with him once. He didn't get mad, but he said he won't change his rituals with his friends for his relationship. He told me I knew about it early on, and as he told me before. I felt hurt, and I told him that it's a hurtful thing to say, and he didn't respond. He was giving me the silent treatment. I've never expected him to dump plans with his friends for me, ever. I don't mind when he does escape rooms with Viv or always has hiking plans with Tom or the others. The only reason I thought he could have asked me is because I love Halloween too, and I thought it was a common interest. But now I feel I have stepped over the line and I feel really awful. Am I the asshole?
I want to hear your thoughts first on this one.
Okay, well, my thing is, he gave her the silent treatment for simply raising a concern. So that's like red flag behavior, regardless of whatever dynamics are happening with Vivian or the friends or whatever. It's like the fact that she raised a concern and he gave his stance, which was he wasn't going to change his rituals with his friends, which I can understand that. But then he gave her silent treatment, which is like, oh, don't do that. Obviously, she's in need of some comforting, or like invite her to a Halloween thing for you guys. Like, she's looking for something to share with you about this whole Halloween thing, and instead you're giving her the silent treatment. So, aside from that whole situation that is blaringly obvious, when it comes to the whole like friends and Halloween thing, and like him and her doing a couple's costume. I don't know. It's so hard to say without details. Like, I'm trying to think if I've ever done. I went to the Shrek rave with Kristen, Morgan, and Anthony, and they were the three blind mice, and I was Pinocchio. We did that, but I don't think I've ever went at. Oh, I went to 21 Pilots thing with our friend Seth and all of his friends, and we were dressed up as the 21 Pilots thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like costumes can be shared with people of opposite genders, and it not be a thing.
Yeah, it didn't sound like the costumes were like romantic, like partner costumes in that sense. It sounded like they were scary. Like, hmm, yeah.
It's like, okay, if he was a pile of leaves and she was a leaf blower, like where people do costume things like that. Okay, yeah, I got it. That's a problem, right? But it's like if it is something like ketchup and mustard, I don't know. Like, is that
Like,
like would you be weirded out if I went to a Halloween party and I was like ketchup and some friend was like mustard?
no, probably not.
You wouldn't
I
be weird.
mean, no, no, not based off of the costume.
Now, it seems like she was upset that she wasn't even invited, but
It sounds
they
to me like
they were planning for months ahead of
like
time.
months. They're planning for 2 months. They've only been together for 8 months. They probably have talked about it since the last one because he said he took his other friend last
Right.
year. So just they've been planning for 2 months. That doesn't mean they haven't been talking about it since last year.
Yeah.
When he made the plans with her, they were only together for 6 months. It's 6 months. You don't know if you're even going to be with the person 2 months down the road.
Right.
Um, you know, like
Yeah.
you can't. That's too early in the relationship to like try to like. I mean, I don't get me wrong. I understand like feeling like a certain way in that circumstance. Um, but I don't think it's much different than the other scenario where your advice was to just get over it and like is that the I don't see how it's much different than like is it his burden to bear.
Right. And like
Like I don't see it as much different than that situation.
I think he is I think he is an asshole for giving her the silent treatment and not
Well, it
supplementing.
did say that he she said at first that he didn't get mad or anything at the question. I think it was later like it almost sounded like more of the conversation went on and then he gave the silent treatment. I feel like it's missing information to fill in those
I'm going to
blanks.
reread this one. He mentioned to me 2 days ago that he and Viv had their costumes, their couple's Halloween costumes ready, and if I wanted to see them. I did not feel positive about it as I should have, and I guessed it showed on my face because he asked what was wrong, and I asked him why he would never even ask for me to go with him once. He didn't get mad, but he said he won't change his rituals with his friends for his relationship. He told me I knew about it early on, and he told me before. I felt hurt, and I told him that's a hurtful thing to say. And he didn't respond, and he's been giving me the silent treatment.
What did he say for it to be? What was the hurtful thing that he said?
He
That
didn't get mad, but he said he won't change his rituals with his friends for the relationship, and that he had told her early on about it, and so it wasn't like a secret. And I
I
don't.
mean, I think that depends on the tone of if it
It
was a hurtful
doesn't
thing to say
seem
because the
hurtful to
words
me.
weren't hurtful.
Right.
The tone makes all the difference. If you like said it in a nice tone or if you said it in like a condescending or like a frustrated
So
tone.
yeah, then she said that was a hurtful thing to say, and he didn't respond, and he's giving her the silent treatment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The tone is the missing context and it really matters
Well,
in that.
someone wrote, seems like everyone here is on the side of OP. I think it depends whether these plans were made before or after meeting you, which I think everyone is missing the point.
Yeah.
If a person makes an agreement with someone, they should keep that agreement, and the one that came after should respect it.
Mhm.
I would also
Right.
tell him that things will change for next year, so don't make any plans without you. And then OP responded, he made those plans 2 months ago. We were together. But they had a rotation and a ritual for years where they
Right.
would alternate. So it's like,
Yeah.
even though the plans were made, which again, like you said, still was early in the relationship,
Yeah.
it seemed like they were actually technically made
At the
a
end of
year
the last
prior.
year, right?
Right. And it's between that weird discrepancy and then also her saying it was hurtful what he said. Now, at first I thought it was him kind of giving red flags, but now I'm thinking it's actually like OP.
I think
Because,
she's just purposely leaving out key details to like,
yeah, like what's the costume? She said she saw the costume.
right.
Girly, what is it?
It wasn't bad or else it would have been in there.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
So the update was he apologized and we broke up. I didn't want to. Certainly not because he could have asked me to Halloween. But his response was he realized he was not someone who could give me the attention and care I deserved, and Vivian deserved better.
Wait, what?
Mm. I asked him if there was something between him and Viv. And get this, he is in love with her. Some people who DM'd me were right. Apparently, Vivian doesn't know. And while I was crying and felt like I was going to have a panic attack, he was explaining their long history and how he was too much of a coward to tell her. Well, I guess that makes two of us because I was too much of a coward to ask if he even liked me. I'm a wreck. I took sick leave this week, and luckily my professors were understanding. I feel like it's my fault. I didn't even want to go with Viv. I didn't even want him to not go with Viv. All I did was ask why he didn't think of taking me once. Now that we were dating for almost a year. I know it wasn't my fault and it was for the best, but I'm constantly blaming myself for opening my mouth.
Well,
My
that
friends are telling me to go to a therapist, but with my grad school work and the mess of a person I am, I don't know what I'll do. I want to yell at him for wasting my time and hurting my feelings, even though he cried and apologized and kept on saying I deserve better. I know I do. I feel like Vivian won, even though she doesn't know. I have no right to be angry at her because it was all my ex.
I don't, I, there's no winner, and it sounds to me like she dodged a bullet. It's a good thing. Like, no reason to beat yourself up. It's a good thing he said something because clearly he was in love with someone else. So you're out of a thing that wasn't good, anyways.
It's like
And time heals. You don't. I don't think she needs therapy. I think she just needs to
no, I think
let
I
time
think she
heal.
needs therapy. Okay, she's like no.
I mean,
Okay,
sure she could. I'm sure she could use it, but I'm just saying,
yeah,
like,
like
you'll feel
okay,
better.
he's
Give it some
obviously
time.
he's obviously the king asshole of this because of the fact that he blatantly was in love with Vivian and still dated someone. Okay,
Right, right.
king asshole. But the reality is, she like claimed he said things hurtful, which wasn't. She's now like, even though she is the victim of this thing, the reality is she's like hating Vivian and Vivian doesn't
No,
even know. Right?
don't even know that he likes her.
Right,
Like,
right.
damn.
And then she's also like mad at herself for even saying anything because
Right.
what she
Which,
wanted to be blissfully unaware in a shitty relationship.
right, right,
Babe,
right.
listen, all
No.
right, you were a victim, but you're also going to be a victim of yourself continuously if you don't get help. Because like there's like indications that she's probably not that well adjusted herself throughout this. But I mean, yeah, he's the king asshole, so that fucking sucks. And yeah, top comment: don't date people when you're in love with someone else. Not that hard. Yep. And it's just I
What
know
else? What else? I
I
want to know
know
the
it
comment.
wasn't my fault, but it was for the best, but I'm constantly blaming myself for opening my mouth. Dude, this is messed up. Sounds like OP would rather not know that her boyfriend was in love with
I
someone
know,
else.
right?
So, yeah. I asked him if there was something between him and Viv, and get this, he's in love with her. To the shock of absolutely no one.
Well, I don't know. I mean, that was.
Here's hoping that Viv serves this loser the biggest glass of rejection ever.
I feel that. I don't hope for that, but I feel that's probably the case.
I hope Vivian hooks up and dates his best friend.
Damn.
Someone wrote, I hope Vivian and OP hook up.
Damn.
If
Been there.
only. I would just be telling Vivian what happened straight up. We broke up because he's in love with you and he's too much of a
Oh.
spineless wimp to tell you. Have fun with the couple's costume because he's absolutely going to be pretending in his head you guys are actually a couple.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
gotta do that if you wanna be spiteful.
All right, this is our last story, which is also from r-best of Redditor updates. My female 22 boyfriend, male 26, asked me for $1,500 to buy a Halloween costume.
The fuck?
Me, female 22, and my boyfriend, male 26, have been together for around 4 years. I recently was asked by him if I could get a personal loan under my name so that he could buy a Halloween costume. I'm feeling a bit unsure of how upset I should be or if I should even be upset about it. To explain his current situation, he currently has about $5,000 worth of debt and does not have a job and lives off payments from the government currently. When he originally asked, I got quite upset since for the last year, his financial situation has continued to get worse as I currently pay for his groceries and essentials, and without aid, doesn't have basic essentials like toilet paper or soap, let alone food, and can only meet the payments of his rent at the moment. When he asked me for the loan, it was about $1,500, and he asked to have me open a personal loan since no financial lenders would give him any more money than he currently has on loan. I don't know why I felt like it was my breaking point, but I just cried and told him he was childish for asking me for money to buy something so stupid, and haven't spoken to him for the last couple days. He asked me for money when he is already relying on me to buy his groceries and is in so much debt from buying video games and action figures. I'm struggling to figure out what to do or even say to him. The reason he wants to loan so much from me is for more of the same non-essential things that got him into debt in the first place. A custom-made Halloween costume seems like an outrageous thing to want to purchase in his current situation, but he doesn't see it as a big deal since, in his words, it's not a lot of money for you. And I think I just need advice on what approach might work to help him understand. No matter how much I have tried to explain the strain his dependence on me to support him with his basic needs has been when we don't live together, and despite me trying to suggest loan consolidation or a selected person to manage his funds on his behalf could benefit him, I feel like my approach isn't working. I would appreciate advice on what steps I can take or what approach I might be able to use instead in regards to talking to him and trying to resolve this issue in our relationship currently. How would you suggest, and what would you suggest doing in this situation?
Bruh. How old is this guy again?
26, and she's 22. Right?
Dude,
Yes.
run.
Run.
Run fucking so far away. What?
All right.
That is wild. That just kept going down and down and down. Like, as you read through that story, it kept just becoming more and more baffling. Like,
Any guesses at the costume? Because it does say it.
okay, video game.
He's a nerd. He likes action figures. He likes video games, and it's $1,500 custom made.
I want to say Zelda only because I'm Zelda.
Link.
Is it?
You're Link.
Right.
You're
I'm
not
Link
Zelda.
for this year for Halloween.
I'm Zelda.
But I feel like it's something worse.
All right.
That would be too good.
Let's just continue diving into this.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Top comment. Tell him it's not a lot of money for you because you would never in a million years even contemplate something as foolhardily as taking a 4-figure loan for a holiday that is A, months away, and B, can be celebrated just as if not more effectively than an old bedsheet and a pair of scissors. Or no, just no works. Or simply laugh as you walk away. Hopefully for
Right,
good.
that is the only response.
Because I don't know why you're trying to convince yourself this is reasonable unless you want to spend the rest of your life in debt catering to an overgrown 5-year-old's every whim.
Right. Like when you were reading it, I was like, is this person 12 years old? Is the numbers like flip-flopped or something? Like, what?
Okay. And then another OP had responded, I think I'm struggling and rationalizing it because my boyfriend has already invested about $700 into the costume. And has been stressing and nonstop talking to me and showed me pictures of what costume he wants and cried to me over the phone about how he always wanted to dress up in this costume since he was a child.
What is the costume? Tell me the costume.
He has never mentioned his character or costume to me since we have been together. He stressed how life-changing this costume was, and he told me I would happily starve for weeks if it means I have this costume, which I really don't want to have him do.
He needs to take that drive and put it into the exact opposite of what he's doing with his life.
All right. So final thoughts before the reveal.
No, tell me this costume. Please. Fortnite?
It's a Spider-Man costume with the rigid webbing, and it's screen accurate to the amazing Spider-Man costume from the movies.
1,500 on basically like
And he's
spandex.
already invested 700. So he must have maybe got like the web shooters or something.
Bro.
That's an assumption.
I
don't
think
know.
it's just insane that she's even like taking
Did
the fact
it
that
make
she's
you feel better or worse hearing it was that Spider-Man outfit? Because I
That
know you also
that was
liked Spider-Man.
no, that was bad.
That was bad.
That was
That was
bad.
bad.
It's still continuing to go down. Um, like the fact that she's even taking up any of her like mental energy or time to write out a post, even asking any questions on how to like approach anything with this human. Th- this person should not be in a relationship. They need to like get their shit together. They don't leave him for his own sake. If you love him, leave him while laughing like the person said about how outrageous of a like question that is to ask your girlfriend whom like you're supposed to be the provider for, and most humans kind of view that as a thing. You're asking to borrow money while you're in debt for a fucking Halloween costume.
For Spider-Man.
For a
Screen
Spider-Man
accurate Spider-Man.
that you've already invested living off the
And he
government.
cried about it.
Can't buy groceries.
He cried to her and said he'd rather starve for weeks if it meant him being able to wear this costume.
Bro. That is just, I don't know. There's nothing else to say. I
Top
don't know. I
comment?
don't even know.
Laughing my ass off. Girl, come on. Have some respect for yourself. This man is already a clown. He doesn't need any costume.
That's a good one. That's the only comment.
You ready for...
Is there more?
There's years of updates.
Yeet. That's sad.
Are you
I feel-
buckled in?
No, I'm already through the windshield, but go ahead. Carry
Okay.
on.
I'm sure most of you thought this was a dumb question to begin with and really tore through me. But for those who were kinder with their advice, I really appreciated it, along with the private messages that offered kinder words. I know I seem like an absolute idiot, but I think being with my boyfriend for so long, as well as since high school, made me feel extremely attached and like I wouldn't know what to do with him if he wasn't around, or what I would do if he wasn't around. So in that way, I was definitely dependent on him. To clarify things, it was for his Spider-Man costume, and no, I did not give him the money. I spoke to him and tried explaining that it was his cousin who forced him to ask me for money, which I didn't believe, and ended the relationship since a lot of your comments made me realize I have seriously a low standard for my dating pool and will have to reconsider my standards moving forward. I guess the reason I indulged this man for so long was because I felt pity for him and his situation. He lives off the government disability payments due to having autism, ADHD, and severe clinical depression. And I think as we progressed in our relationship, I slowly became his carer after his family moved away and had no one to take him to appointments, especially after COVID. His career quit, so he didn't have someone to help him to his day-to-day tasks. I understand now that they should have never been my job to pick up, and blurring those lines made me become so financially and emotionally used that he had no one to depend on. Anyways, I've broken up with my boyfriend. I will try to listen to you guys and find someone who's more on my level with stability and self-reliance. Thank you for everyone for listening and giving me the wake-up call I needed to get out before I committed to marrying or having children with him.
Yeah, and I'm sure he's hopefully doing, he's doing better.
There's another update.
Okay, hold on. Hopefully he's doing better. I mean, it's hard to do much worse than that set of circumstances. A person like that, is that enabled and like cared for in that way by someone, is not ever going to get better unless unless that's taken away.
They're left to their
It's
own
like
devices.
sink or swim, get your shit together. Like, sure, you may have all those problems, but like, you can't expect a girlfriend to be the one to like solve those problems for you. Like, you gotta figure out a way to function, or like, yeah. Go ahead. There's more.
This is the last update.
Okay.
Hey everyone who may care for an update. I received some private messages asking for an update on this ridiculous post, and I have good and bad news. I ended up getting back together with my ex after breaking up after this post. Super dumb. Yes, I know. It was really tumultuous and an abusive relationship that had become a kind of dependence on that person to escape a lot of my home life troubles. Despite my ex being the worst scum ever, it was better than what I knew in my home life and what I thought I deserved. I struggled a lot, but was able to thrive in my personal life and career. But despite that, I clung to my ex as it was all I thought I deserved. It only got worse as he grew to hate me and still depended on me. He monopolized all of my time, but when I was at work, he was talking to another woman and worked towards cheating on me with her, but was unsuccessful in that endeavor as she only wanted the attention and didn't want to have sex with such a loser. He made a choice when I asked to pick me or her, and he chose her, hoping he would finally be able to make it with this other woman who thankfully would not give him the time of day once the chase was over and he was no longer in a relationship. He thankfully broke up with me when he picked her, but didn't want to relinquish control over me and demanded to keep me as a friend. I was ordered to keep him in the loop about dates, who I was seeing, and where I was going, and for how long. If I didn't tell him, he beat me, and it got bad enough he punched me in the stomach on the side of a busy highway while I was in my work uniform. I decided to finally stop pitying this horrible scum and leave. I regret all the years I wasted with this scumbag trapped in abuse and lies. I thankfully kept him at bay and would only answer his phone calls. He had panic attacks and would call me every couple days crying and screaming, but after he threatened to kill my family and make me watch and then kill himself so he wouldn't go to jail for it and would leave me all alone, I felt unable to escape. Thankfully, he lost interest and got upset. I wasn't being a good friend, and he blocked me after threatening to kill me if he ever saw me in the street. It was an insane relationship, not really encapsulated in my Reddit posts because I was already being screamed at by hundreds of people for being absolutely stupid about it after being dragged. I figured it was best I didn't actually speak at depth in it. The whole relationship felt like an unreal experience between two people with severe mental health and self-worth issues. I became someone unrecognizable when driven into a corner like I was. At least I have a whole lot of crazy ex stories to tell, which my friends lovingly dub lore dropping. I had a hard start to my life from childhood till about a year ago, but please know I'm happy and safe, doing well. I have regular therapy sessions and live away from my abusive family and with friends who love and care for me, who have become like adopted family to me. Things are really well. Thank you for checking in.
Whoa. That did not fail to continue to go downhill.
Yeah.
It
But
got
she's
heavy.
good. She's
Yeah,
out.
that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Wow, I was really hoping to hear that he got his shit together, they got back together, and everything was good now. I was really hoping for that. When you said that she said and that she regretted it and that was stupid or whatever, when it took that turn, I was like, oh man, damn.
I just really, really needed to know if he got that costume.
No, I don't think so. She didn't buy it. I know that. It did say that,
He
but
must have gotten the Green Goblin and it talked to him and told him, like,
bro,
beat
honestly,
your girlfriend.
he
Beat
probably
your
got that costume. He probably found another way. Probably found another way to take out a loan.
To get the costume.
Yeah.
And he still turned into a bad guy.
Of course. You don't spend that much money while in debt and not turn worse.
He got the Venom, the Black Spider-Man costume
Something.
instead.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It probably was that.
Yeah. And it just took over mentally. Yeah, well.
Dang, that's scary how somebody can just go down like that.
Well, that's a reason why that red flag behaviors, when people tell you to run and stay away, don't go back.
Oh yeah.
But she made it through. She's good, and she managed to do that. So have a better life with supportive friends.
Yeah, and hopefully the next boyfriend and who she marries will be someone that is above her financial situation and not under.
Yeah. Yeah, and not abusive.
At minimum.
At minimum.
At minimum, doesn't put you in the belly.
What do you think's a non-red flag budget for a Halloween costume?
For someone in debt or not in debt?
Well, think about
150 max.
150 max.
Yeah. I think that I would not spend that much.
I sent you $200 Lincoln Zelda costumes because we're going to be Lincoln Zelda. I sent you $200 ones a few months ago. What were your thoughts on that?
I didn't have a thought on it.
Oh, you didn't process that?
No, I just...
They're $200
maybe
each.
I did them... I mean...
It would have been $400 altogether.
Yeah, that's too much.
You
It's
think
too much.
we
Like
could have
there's just
we could have cosplayed?
um no.
No,
No, I want
no.
to own a house at some
You
point.
want to own a house? No, let's go get the custom made Spider-Man screen accurate
Yeah.
costume.
Maybe the first round of debt you could have talked me into that, but not getting out of debt and then, you know, considering that.
Yeah.
If we came into a lump sum of money, okay, $400 on two cool costumes that we can use for the rest of our lives, sure. But not unless money's got to be real good to spend anything over 100 on a Halloween costume.
Yeah.
We got to be good for that.
Yeah. So you
Definitely not broke
when
and
you
in debt.
when you first saw Spider-Man, you didn't think that costume was cool as hell.
As a 7-year-old, yes.
As a 7-year-old.
Anything past
Not as
no,
a 26-year-old.
no,
$5,000 in debt.
no,
No.
no.
So like if someone was like showed you and they're like, this is screen accurate.
I'll cut you a break. 1450.
14, 14.
I think I'm gonna have to pass.
Okay, let's say buying aside, someone showed you that costume and said you could try it on. Would you try it on?
Probably.
Probably.
I'd probably try that.
And then if it like fit you perfect, if you
There's
legitimately
no fitting perfect in a Spider-Man costume.
No, there is.
No, okay. There's fitting perfect, but no,
Okay, so like
not even a thought.
you put it on and it literally you
It
look
just shows good in all the right places.
you look like Spider-Man.
Okay.
You literally look like Spider-Man.
Okay.
And they're like, it fits you. It's screen accurate. How much would you pay?
It's just Spider-Man, spandex, everything skin tight. That's not the coolest looking costume. I'm
But it has
sorry.
like the texture. It's got like that
Okay.
that webbing and stuff and like
The silhouette isn't worth it. The silhouette is not. Like, it doesn't matter how cool every detail is. The silhouette of the Spider-Man costume, no part of
what
that
would
equals
be your
1,500.
best like what would be the costume that would be tempting?
I, I,
Like we bought you a cheap Link one.
I mean,
You know your favorite outfit in Breath of the Wild, like the burgundy shirt with like
that 1,500, no. But, like, okay,
With,
the
like-
coolest outfit in Zelda, like, of Link's costumes, Max,
and they
that
fit
outfit fit perfect.
with the accessories like the bow and arrows and stuff.
Like, legit, though, like, real, like, authentic looking stuff. Max 750. Not that I would want to pay that, but I could see,
that's probably how much they
realistically
cost in
perceive that.
game. It was probably like
Yeah.
about 750
I mean,
rupees.
Link does have some cool outfits in there. Yeah, like
What about the cross-dressing Gerudo town, Gerudo village
how
one?
much do I feel like that costume is worth? Like a good,
Yeah.
probably more closer to the 300 range.
Yeah, because it's less. It's more.
It's
skin.
less. It's more silky.
skin.
Like, yeah, more skin, less details and fabric, and yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But
You know which one I would like, and this would be cheap because it's the more rugged. It's like the just the OG, like what you start the game with.
the tunic.
It's kind of like torn and
Yeah.
like
Old
tattered.
tunic, old pants, or whatever.
Yeah, like the tattered the tattered Link look.
You didn't order the sword, so you're gonna be walking around with a stick. I told my mom I think I'm gonna make you a pot lid shield.
Oh, that's
Because
good.
you know those
That's good.
pot lids that you can get.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so 750 is the most for your dream costume. You don't think there's a costume that you would want more than that one?
No, I can't think of one. I really like that outfit, even just like walking around in the game.
It's the one you get from what, Carico Village?
I don't know, but it's almost like it almost has like it's almost like a not ugly sweater, but like a Christmassy vibe to it.
Yeah.
Almost, but different colors than Christmas, but that kind of design.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a cool sweater. I should look for that sweater.
Well, it's not really a sweater. It's like layered.
Coat, like a coat.
It's like layered. You know,
Yeah.
it's all layered with like the leather straps and stuff. So cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that last story was a wowzer.
Yeah, I didn't realize that's where it went, but you know me. I just be picking them.
You picked us very fast before we started, didn't you? Or did you have this planned?
No, I had them picked like a few hours ago,
Gotcha.
but I don't read through them. So.
Oh, okay.
Yep. All right. Well, do you wanna lead us out? Since we did the intro.
Sure. All right. Well, thank you all for joining us. And if you made it to the end, we thank you even more. Maybe you like and subscribe. Again, I am Dylan. This is Danny. We are Realistic Intentionality, and this is Reads Reddit. And we will see you again next month.
Bye.